Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Press the subscribe button like this, and then you have to tap the bell icon adjacent to the subscribe button like this, and then you will get the notifications from my channel. Welcome to my channel. This is lecture 2 in the machine design lecture series, and in this video we'll be discussing torsion equation, and I'll be teaching you how to design a shaft based on torsion equation, and we'll be looking at 4 numericals that I'll be solving live in this video. So watch the video till the end. You will definitely find it very useful, and I'll be solving the questions step by step along with the values, correct values. So you have to follow very carefully. So let's start with the video. So this equation that you can see on the screen, tau by r is equal to T by J is equal to C theta by L. This is known as torsion equation, where tau, it is the torsional shear stress, r is the radius of the shaft, T is the torque or twisting moment, J is the second moment of inertia or the polar moment of inertia, C is the modulus of rigidity for the shaft material, L is the length of shaft, theta is the angle of twist in radians, and also we have a term that is C multiplied by J. So this is known as torsional rigidity. So sometimes in objective questions this is asked, so just as an information I am sharing that C times J, this is known as torsional rigidity. So C times J, where J is the polar moment of inertia, C is the modulus of rigidity. So C times J, that is known as torsional rigidity. Also, for a solid shaft we have the polar moment of inertia. Directly you can remember it as pi by 32 times d to the power 4, and it is also equal to pi by 32 times d outer to the power 4 multiplied by 1 minus d inner upon d outer to the power 4. So this equation you have to use when there is a hollow shaft, and for a solid shaft it is pi by 32 times d to the power 4. For a hollow shaft it is pi by 32 times d outer to the power 4 multiplied by 1 minus d inner by d outer to the power 4 bracket closed. Okay, same thing what we have for this, we have for the torque as well. So torque for a solid shaft, it is equal to pi by 16 times tau times d cube, and for a hollow shaft you can write pi by 16 times tau, that is the shear stress, times d outer to the power 3 multiplied by bracket 1 minus d inner upon d outer to the power 4. Okay, so this is the formulas that we'll be using in the questions. Just I'm going to start with the questions now, and one more formula is there that you have to be knowing, that is power transmitted by a shaft, it is equal to torque times the angular speed, that is, and angular speed it is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So we can write power transmitted, it is equal to torque into 2 pi capital N by 60. Okay, where N is the RPN, revolutions per minute, and T is the torque. So power you will get in watts. So this is another formula that we will be using in the numericals, and you should all be knowing. So now let's start with the numericals. First numerical, it states a shaft is transmitting 100 kilowatts at 160 rpm. Find a suitable diameter shaft if the maximum torque transmitted exceeds the mean by 25%, and take maximum allowable shear stress as 70 megapascal. So what they have given is few values. Those are the maximum allowable shear stress that we can write as tau max, it is equal to 70 megapascals. Then we have the power transmitted, so power we can write as 100 kilowatts. RPN it is given as capital N, we can write 160 RPM. then the suitable diameter for the shaft, and they have given the mean. Suppose we have the torque denoted by T mean, so they are saying the maximum torque, it exceeds the mean by 25%. So it means the maximum, that is denoted by suppose T max, it is exceeding T mean by 25%. So in other words, what we can write? We can write T max equal to 100 plus 25% times T mean. In other words, we can write it is 1.25 times T mean. Okay, so this is equation 1. This is derived from this statement that the maximum torque, it exceeds the mean by 25%. I have assumed maximum torque as T max and mean torque as T mean. So T max, it is equal to 1.25 times T mean. Now from this equation, just now I have written in the previous slide, P is equal to torque into 2 pi n by 60. From this equation we can find the value of T mean. So in this equation, this is denoting T mean. So mean torque that is transmitted at a particular RPN generates a power. So T mean we can find from this equation. So power, it is given 100 kilowatts. So 100 kilowatts, 100 into 10 to the power 3, it will become watts. It is equal to T mean times 2 pi. N is given as 160, this one, whole upon 60. So T mean, you will get, if you solve, you will get 5966.6 Newton meters. And from equation 1 we can write T max is equal to 1.25 times of this value. So it will be equal to 7458 Newton meters. Okay, so now we have to find the suitable diameter for the shaft. So I'm just erasing all these just to solve further. So we got the value of T max as 7458. So that we can write, and we have to use another equation that I already told in the previous slide. That is, we have to use this equation, that is T is equal to pi by 16 times tau times d cube. So here if you substitute the value of T max, so again the corresponding shear stress, it has to be maximum, and that is given in the question that the maximum allowable shear stress is 70 megapascal. So corresponding to the maximum allowable shear stress, whatever the torque that we will be getting will be maximum. So here we have to substitute the value of T max, that is 7458 Newton meters. It is equal to pi by 16 times tau max, that is 70 megapascal. So 70, you can write 70 into 10 power 6, it will become into pascals, Newton per meter square. Then d cube. So from here if you solve, so d value you will get in meters. So unit you have to be very careful. So d value you will get 0.0815 meters. That you can also write as 81.5 millimeters. This is the answer. Okay, so here if you see how we got the unit as meter, because Newton gets cancelled from both sides, this meter square goes here, so it becomes meter cube, and here it is d to the power 3, here it is meter cube. So if you take cube root, it will become meters. So whatever value you will get from this equation, it will be this times this meters. Okay, so in units you have to be very careful. So if you have converted it into SI, then keep both the sides SI only. Okay, so units you have to be careful, so you will get this answer finally. Let's move on to the next question. A steel shaft 35 mm in diameter and 1.25 meter long, held rigidly at one end, has a hand wheel 500 mm in diameter, keyed to the other end. The modulus of rigidity is 80 gigapascals. what load applied to the tangent to the rim of the wheel produce a torsional shear of 60 megapascals, and how many degrees will the wheel turn when this load is applied? So how you will do? So it is saying that what load applied tangent to the rim. Suppose we consider that load to be W. So W is the load that is applied tangential to the rim. So suppose this is the rim. So here we are applying W, and this is producing a torque T. So torque, if you write, so it will be the perpendicular distance multiplied by the load. So this is the perpendicular distance. So perpendicular distance will be the radius multiplied by W. W is the load that we have to find. So radius we can substitute as, so it is saying 35 millimeters in diameters. So radius will be sorry, this is shaft diameter, so we have to take the diameter of the hand wheel because the load is applied on the hand wheel. So we have to take the radius of 500 millimeter. So 500 millimeter is diameter of this one where we are applying the tangential load. So this radius, it will be 500 by 2, that is 250. So we can write 250 millimeters into W, and this torque unit, it will be Newton millimeters. Okay, this is equation 1. Now let's move on to the next part. So what we can do, how do we find the value of this W? So we have to use the torsion equation. So torsion equation, T by J is equal to tau by R is equal to C theta by L. From there, so one part we can use, that is T by J is equal to tau by R. Okay, and T value we calculated from first equation, it is equal to 250 times W. Unit you have to be careful, it is Newton millimeter whole upon J. Now J, it is pi by 32 d to the power 4. So that we can write, so pi by 32. Now the diameter will be taken of the shaft. So diameter is 35. So 35 to the power 4, and this will be millimeter to the power 4. So T by J we have written is equal to tau by R. So tau, that is the shear stress. So shear stress, so it is saying in order to produce a torsional shear stress of 60 megapascals. So here we can write 60 megapascals, but here the unit is on the left side, we have taken millimeter, so we can write directly Newton per millimeter square. So that's a shortcut, that 1 megapascals, it is equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, or in other words, 10 to the power 6 pascals, it is equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. So here it was given 60 megapascals, so directly we can use 60 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, here on the, for shear stress. Radius again, it is given as radius will be 35 by 2. 35 by 2, that is 17.5. So if you solve this equation, you will get the value of W, that will be in Newton. So this will be in millimeter, right? Because this is radius 35 by 2 millimeters, and if you see this millimeter, this will become power 3, this will become power 3. So these two will get cancelled. Whatever the unit will be left, it will be Newton only. So W unit, whatever you will get in newtons. So the total load W, if you calculate using this equation, you cross multiply, you will get 2020 newtons W value. This is answer 1. This is answer for part 1, that the load 2020 Newton when applied tangentially to the rim, that will produce a torsional shear stress of 60 megapascals. So what we did, we used the one part of torsion equation in order to solve this equation. We substituted the value of torque equal to 250 multiplied by W, that we have assumed the load, tangential load, and J will be equal to pi by 32 times d to the power 4. So diameter will be of the shaft, and the shear stress, it was given in the question, 60 megapascal. I already told 1 megapascal it is equal to Newton per millimeter square. We can directly substitute, and the radius, it will be equal to 35 by 2. If you solve W, you will get 2020 newtons. Now we have to move to the next part, that it is saying how many degrees will the wheel turn. We can again use the torsion equation, that is T by J, it is equal to C theta by L. So T by J equal to C theta by L. Theta we have to find. You can do cross multiplication and you will get. So theta, it will be T L by Cj, where T is the torque, that is torque value, it is 250 times W. W you have calculated from this equation. So the torque will be, you can substitute the value of W. So torque will be 250 times 2020. Length, it is saying 1.2 meters, but everything we are dealing in millimeters, so you can write 1200 millimeters, whole upon C times J. So C, that is the modulus of rigidity, it is saying 80 gigapascals. So 80, if we break it into 30, sorry, power 3 and power 6. So like I'll write 1 gigapascal, that you can break as 10 to the power 3 times 10 to the power 6 pascals, and 10 to the power 6 pascal, it is megapascal. So what we can write, 10 to the power 3 into megapascal, and for megapascal you can substitute Newton per millimeter square. So in totality 1 gigapascal, you can write 10 to the power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, so 80 gigapascal, we can write 80 times 10 to the power 3 Newton per millimeter square. So why we are doing this? Because everything we are taking in millimeters, not in meter. J again, pi by 32 d to the power 4, so that you can substitute here. Pi by 32, 35 to the power 4. So if you solve this, so theta you will get in radians. So radians you will get 0.05 radians. So if you solve this, you will get theta value equal to 0.05 radians. So 0.05 radians, if you convert into degrees, because it is saying in question how many degrees will the wheel turn, how many degrees. So in order to convert radians into degree, you will multiply this by 180 and divide by pi. So you will get equal to 2.86 degrees. 2.86 degrees. So that is the answer for part second. How many degrees will the wheel turn? It is 2.86 degrees. So I'll just take a 2-second pause for you to see like how it is done. You can pause the video, you can take the notes that how I have solved. Then I'll be moving on to the next question. You can stop the video and you can pause the video and you can see how it is done. Then you can watch further. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. A shaft is transmitting 97.5 kilowatts at 180 rpm. If the allowable shear stress in the material is 60 megapascals, find the suitable diameter for the shaft, and the shaft is not to twist more than 1 degree in a length of 3 meters. So it is saying the maximum allowable twist, it is 1 degree per 3 meters. So we can say that the length, it is 3 meters, and the twist, that is theta, it is 1 degrees. So first we will go with what it's given, and we have to find the diameter. So power, it is given. Power you can write as 97.5 times 10 to the power 97.5 10 to the power 3 watts. This is the power that is given. RPN, capital N, it is given at 180. Then allowable shear stress T, it is given as 60 megapascals. Theta, it is given as 1 degree. L, it is given as 3 meters. C, it is given as 80 gigapascals. So remember that I have told in the first slide that the angle of twist it is taken in radians. So theta, it is given as 1 degree. So you have to convert it into radians. How you will do? So you will just take 1 degree multiply by pi divided by 180. So it will be 0.0174 radians. So this you have to take note of. Okay. Now how we shall proceed? We shall proceed with two concepts in order to find. So wherever it is saying that the shaft is not to twist more than 1 degree per length of 3 meters or something like that, this is given. So here you have to do by two different concepts. You have to find the diameter of the shaft and then take the bigger one, because we are designing the shaft. So shaft should not fail. So there are two parameters. So first parameter is considering strength of the shaft. That we will be doing first. Then we will be doing based on considering stiffness of the shaft. So considering strength of the shaft, we can proceed by finding the shear stress. So finding the torque. So I'll not confuse. I'll just say that first concept is we will be doing based on strength of the shaft. Considering strength of the shaft, we will be designing the shaft. Okay. So for that we need to find the value of torque. So torque from where we can get? We can get from this formula, power is equal to torque into 2 pi n by 60. From here we can get the value of torque, which implies torque it is equal to, so power we can substitute 97.5 10 to the power 3 watts. It is equal to torque times 2 pi n. N it is equal to 180 whole upon 60. Torque you will be getting as, so 5172 Newton meters. 5172 Newton meters. So that is also equal to 5172 times 10 to the power 3 Newton millimeters. Okay. So this you keep as equation 1 or equation A. Then we will be using the equation that torque it is equal to pi by 16 times torque times d to the power 3. So from here we will get the diameter of the shaft. So torque, you can substitute this value 5172 times 10 to the power 3 Newton millimeter. It is equal to pi by 16 times shear stress. Shear stress it is given as 60 megapascals. So 60 megapascals I have already told in the previous question that 1 megapascal it is equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. So no need to convert unit. You can directly write it as Newton per millimeter square times d cube. From here you will get the value of d directly in millimeters. So d cube you will be getting as 439 into 10 to the power 3. So d you will be getting as 76.004 millimeters. This is the diameter of the shaft that you have calculated considering strength of the shaft. Now we will be doing it second way also, because in the torsion equation we have three terms, right? So here the angle of twist is also given. So we will also find based on stiffness of the shaft considering the angle of twist. That is, we will be taking T by J equal to C theta by L. From that concept also we will find out value of diameter of the shaft. So this is based on strength of the shaft. This you can keep value of diameter. So one value of diameter you got 76 mm based on strength of the shaft, which you took from the equation T by J equal to tau by R. From this equation basically you calculated the diameter of the shaft. Now in second part we will be doing strength of the shaft based on the stiffness of the shaft. We will be doing based on stiffness of the shaft. So we will be using equation T by J equal to C theta by L. From this we will be calculating diameter, and then we have to take the maximum diameter out of the two. I hope it makes sense, right? So we'll be now doing on the second, based on the second, that is stiffness of the shaft. From that criteria we'll be doing. So I'll erase this much. Just give me 5-10 seconds. I just need to erase all these. So second will be based on the stiffness of the shaft. So stiffness of the shaft, then you have to use T by J equal to C theta by L. So theta you already calculated. So based on second we will be doing based on stiffness of the shaft. Stiffness of the shaft. So stiffness of the shaft, you will take T by J equal to C theta by L. Theta you already calculated, equal to 0.0174 radians. L you know 3 meters. C you know 80 gigapascal. Then from here you can find the value of D. So D value will be coming in J, that is pi by 32 d to the power 4. So this you can write, J value you can calculate separately, equal to pi by 32 times d to the power 4. So you can write it as 0.0982. So T you already know that it is 5172 times 10 to the power 3 Newton millimeters whole upon J. J just now you calculated 0.0982 d to the power 4, it is equal to C theta by L. So C it is equal to 80 gigapascals. So 80 gigapascals, in order to convert it into Newton per millimeter square, you do multiply by power 3, you can write Newton per millimeter square. So I showed this derivation from gigapascals to Newton per millimeter square in the previous example. From there you can refer. So 80 times 10 to the power 3 Newton per millimeter square times theta, that is in radians you already found 0.0174, whole upon L. L is length. Length is 3 meters, that is in millimeter it is 3000 millimeters. Okay, so here from this equation you have to do cross multiplication. You will get d to the power 4 value as 113.6 times 10 to the power 6, and correspondingly d value you will be getting 103 mm. Okay, so from two criteria we calculated the diameter of the shaft. So from first criteria, considering strength of the shaft, taking into T by J equal to tau by R. So from here we got diameter as 76 mm. Then we did for the second part, or the second criteria, that is the stiffness of the shaft. So using equation T by J equal to C theta by L, from here we calculated diameter as 103. So the final answer will be diameter of the shaft, we have to take 103 mm. So we will be taking the maximum diameter out of the two, because if we take the lower one, then the shaft will fail based on stiffness criteria or the angle of twist criteria, because here we need at least 103 mm, and if we take 103 mm, then it will work for stiffness as well as it will work for the first criteria based on the strength of the shaft. So basically you have to take the maximum out of the two. Answer will be 103 mm, and you can write a statement as well. Okay, so we'll be taking the maximum out of the two. Now let's move on to the next question. A hollow shaft, it is required to transmit 600 kilowatts at 110 rpm. Maximum torque is 20% greater than the mean. The shear stress is not to exceed 63 megapascals, and twist in a length of 3 meters not to exceed 1.4 degrees. Find the external diameter. If the internal diameter to the external diameter is 3 by 8, take modulus of rigidity as 84 gigapascals. Okay, so what it's given, again power it is given, as 600 kilowatts. You can write it is equal to 600 times 10 to the power 3 watts. RPN it is given 110. Maximum torque, so again taking the same nomenclature, T max, it is given 20 times greater. So 20 times greater means it is equal to 1.2 times T mean. Okay, then the shear stress, it is not to exceed 63 megapascal. You can write 63 megapascals. Tau, and the twist it means theta, it is given as 1.4 degrees. You can convert it into radians by doing pi by 180. You can multiply, you will get 0.024 radians. Then what else is given? Length is given as 3 meters or 3000 mm, and one more value is given, that is the ratio of internal diameter to the external diameter. So internal diameter, let us say di, external diameter let us say do. So di by do, it is given as 3 by 8. So this ratio, let us say k. Okay, now we have to find the external diameter of the shaft, that is we have to find value of do, and modulus of rigidity, it is given as 84 gigapascals, that is equal to 84 10 to the power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Now let's proceed with the same principle, that power it is equal to tau omega. From there you have to calculate the value of T mean, then you have to calculate the value of T max. So let's proceed. So power it is given as 600 times 10 to the power 3, it is equal to T omega. So T will be T mean times omega 2 pi n by 60, n you have given 110 by 60. T mean, what you will get? T mean you will get you will be getting 52 into 10 to the power 6 Newton, or you will be getting 52 into 10 to the power 3 Newton meters. That you can write 52 into the 10 to the power 6 Newton millimeters. This is the value of T mean. So T max, it is equal to 1.2 times. So you will be multiplying 1.2 times this value, 52 into 10 to the power 6 Newton millimeter, that is equal to 62.4 times 10 to the power 6 Newton millimeter. This is the value of T max. So I need to erase, so you take a note of this one up to T max. Be clear. So I am going to erase and then move further. Okay, so we got the value of T max. Okay, so T max, it is equal to 62.4 into 10 to the power 6 Newton millimeters. Now again we have to do based on two concepts. First, considering strength of the shaft. So considering strength of the shaft, you will be using equation T by J is equal to tau by R. So from there you have to find the value of diameter of the shaft. So considering strength of the shaft, so you can write T max, it is equal to pi by 16 times tau times d outer to the power 3 times 1 minus k to the power 4. This equation I have shown you in the first slide. If you remember, you can go back to the first slide, and if you have taken note, you will be knowing this one, that T max, it is equal to pi by 16 times tau times d outer to the power 3 multiplied by 1 minus k to the power 4. So k it is di by do, that is 3 by 8. You can substitute value of k as 3 by 8, and rest we know. So from here we can find the value of d outer. So I will be substituting 62.4 times 10 to the power 6. It is equal to pi by 16 times tau shear stress. It is given as 63 megapascals. You can write 63 megapascal. It is equal to Newton per millimeter square directly. Let it be. Then d outer you have to find, and k value, it is di by do, it is equal to 3 by 8 to the power 4, bracket close. From here you will be getting the value of d outer cube equal to 5.15 times 10 to the power 6. Hence d outer, it will be equal to 172.7 millimeters. Okay, so this you have calculated. So the outer diameter of the shaft it is equal to 172.7 millimeters. So this is based on the criteria when we are considering strength of the shaft. So we have taken T by J is equal to tau by R. From there we got the value of outer diameter of the shaft as 172.7 millimeters. So this you keep as it is. Now let's do with the second concept. So I'll be erasing. Okay, so let it be. Now we'll be evaluating based on stiffness of the shaft, considering stiffness of the shaft. So that criteria we have to evaluate. So the equation will be T by J equal to C theta by L. T you already know. So T it is equal to 62.4 10 to the power 6 whole by J. Now J value, it will be equal to pi by 32 times d outer to the power 4 times 1 minus k to the power 4. So 1 minus k, that will be equal to 3 by 8 to the power 4, bracket close. It is equal to C theta by L. C it is equal to 84. Convert it into Newton per millimeter square. So I multiplied by 10 to the power 3. Theta you have calculated. So theta was 0.024. Substitute 0.024 whole upon L. L was 3 meters, that is 3000 millimeters. From here, if you cross multiply, so you take this side, you take this side, you divide everything. So finally you will be getting d outer to the power 4. It is equal to 964 times 10 to the power 6. So d outer you will be getting 176.2 millimeters. So 964 times 10 to the power 6. This is the value of d outer to the power 4, and d outer it is equal to 176.20 millimeters. So from the first criteria, considering strength of the shaft, we got d outer value as 172.7 millimeters, and using this criteria, considering stiffness of the shaft, we got outer diameter as 176.2 millimeters. So finally the answer will be that we got this value, we got this value based on respective criterias, but we have to finally design the shaft based on this outer diameter 176.2 millimeters in order to satisfy both the criterias. So we'll be taking the maximum out of these two. So the answer will be 176.2, and you can write a statement that we have selected this diameter 176.2 in order to satisfy both the criterias based on strength of the shaft and stiffness of the shaft. So answer will be 176.2 millimeters. So I hope this video was very helpful for you, and this was the lecture 2 on machine design. If you have found the video helpful, please like the video, please press the like button, and please share this video with your friends. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the notification bell. You can send me your video topics, suggestions, feedback, questions, etc. on this email ID mechengineeringexplained2016@gmail.com, or you can send a hi to this mobile number +919971825851 over WhatsApp. So this is the WhatsApp number. So I won't suggest you sending the questions to the WhatsApp number. Please send your questions, topics, feedback, suggestions, video topics on the email ID. So it's very convenient for me to read and respond you directly over email. So again guys, please like the video. So this takes me this creating video, especially educational videos, it takes long time in order to research and write and all those. So for an half an hour video, it takes me like 5 to 6 hours to create, prepare, edit, everything. So guys, as a token of appreciation, please like the video and please share the video. So I'll be seeing you in the next video, and bye bye.